Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel HDMS Tech. My name is Mohammad Abubakar. In our previous video, we covered the introduction of dashboard and network policy objects. And in this video, we will cover the security profiles. Inside the security profiles, we have first antivirus. It scans all files and network traffic to find and block viruses, malware, and ransomware before they enter to the network. It protects users from infected files and harmful downloads. So it detects infected files as well as block ransomware, scan email attachments. So automatically updates security database. Web filter, and from here in this web filter, it controls internet browsing by allowing or blocking websites. It helps protect users from unsafe websites and also improves productivity by restricting non-work sites, block social media sites, allow business websites. So it improves productivity, block unsafe websites. Video filter. In the video filter controls video streaming usage on the network to reduce bandwidth usage and manage entertainment traffic like YouTube or streaming platforms, block YouTube videos and in network in our local environment. So limit video streaming quality, saves internet bandwidth through this video filter. And DNS filters block harmful website at the DNS level before the user even connects. It stops access to phishing sites, malware domains, and unsafe internet destinations early. Block and fast protection stops threat early. And another one is application control. It controls which applications users can use on the network. It helps stop unwanted apps and also manage bandwidth important business applications like business, email, mobile, cloud. Allow Microsoft Teams and control app usage, save bandwidth, but it needs regular updates and tuning. Intrusion prevention protect the network by detecting and blocking hacking attempts and attacks before they can harm systems. SQL injections, attacks, port scanning, exploit attempts, strong in real-time protection, stop known attacks quickly. This one. So, file filter controls file transfers by blocking or allowing specific file types. It helps stop risky files from entering the network. Block.exe files allow PDF documents, like we can prevent malware through files yani. And also SSL inspection, check encrypted traffic like HTTPS and SSH to find hidden threats inside secure connections that normally cannot be seen. HTTPS inspection, it's secure app monitoring, full visibility of encrypted traffic, better security detection from this SSL SSH inspection. And another one, application signature, uses rules to identify application based on how they behave on the network. It helps detect known and unknown applications running in the system. Better control of applications, but it needs technical knowledge to configure this one. And IPS signatures uses a database of known attacks patterns to detect and block hacking attempts and security threats in the network. Strong protection from known attacks. Need regular updates for this one. And also web rating overrides allow admin to manually change website categories And if a website is blocked or allowed, you can override the FortiGate rating, allow blocked websites, and gives full control over web filtering, but needs manual management for this one. And web profile overrides lets you apply different web filtering rules for different users or departments. You can customize internet rules based on job roles, like HR and IT, temporary access exceptions, flexible filtering for departments, but more complex for configuration this one. And we'll cover the VPN. Inside the VPN, overlay controller VPN used to centrally manage all VPN connections in a big network. It automatically creates and controls VPN links between branches and headquarters using SD-WAN and AD VPN. So administrators don't need to configure every VPN manually. Like example, hub and smoke VPN setup, automatically branch VPN connection. Easy to manage large number of branches, automatically create VPN connection. But it is little bit complicated to design. IPsec tunnels used to create secure encrypted connections between two locations over the internet. It protects data while sending it between branches to headquarters or data centers, so no one can read or modify it. Strong encryptions, security, reliable and stable connections. Sorry, this one IPsec wizard. Uh, so here used to quickly create IPsec VPN tunnels using a step-by-step setup wizard. It reduces manual work and helps create VPNs easily even for basic users. Very easy to configure, fast VPN creation from here, and but it is limited advanced settings. Now we'll cover the IPsec tunnel template used to create a ready-made VPN configuration that can be reused for multiple branch offices. It helps stabilize the VPN setup across the company, save time during deployment. SSL VPN portals provides a web-based portal that allows remote user to access company resource securely for anywhere using a browser or VPN login. Easy remote access for anywhere. Limited feature compared to full VPN. And SSL VPN settings used to configure how SSL VPN works, including login settings, port certificates, and security rules for remote users connecting to the network. Central control of VPN settings. Wrong configuration can break access. SSL VPN clients, software installed on user devices that allows them to securely connect to the company network through SSL VPN. Full secure access to company network, but it needs installation on user devices. It's like remote desktop connection, 40 client VPN. We need to install small setup and connect from the outside. So VPN location map shows a visual map of full VPN connections and branch locations, so administrator can easily see which sites are connected and whether tunnels are working or not. Easy to understand VPN structure from here. And users and authentications. User definitions used to create and manage user accounts in the firewall. It helps control who can access the network, VPN or firewall services by giving each user a login identity. Easy to manage individual users. And user groups. used to group multiple users together, so we can apply the same rules and permissions to all users in that group. It makes policy management much easier. For example, HR department group, IT department group, easy to apply policy to many users at once, but it needs proper planning for group structure. Guest management used to create temporary access for visitors or guests so they can use Wi-Fi or limited network access without giving full company access. LDAP services used to connect the firewall with a central user database like Active Directory, so users can log in using their company accounts like Microsoft Active Directory, domain login, authentications, but it depends on Active Directory server availability. And Radius servers used for centralized login security. It checks user identity before allowing access to network, VPN or wireless systems. Strong and secure authentication system, this one needs proper setup and configuration. Single sign-on allow users to log in once and automatically access multiple systems without entering password again. It improves user experience and reduce repeated logins, but it is difficult to configure and integrate. Authentication settings used to control all login related settings like password rules, login methods, sessions, timeouts, and authentication behavior in one place. Wrong settings can block users. 40 tokens used for extra security during login. It adds a second setup of verification like OTP on mobile or hardware token to confirm user identity. Mobile OTP verification, hardware token login. So it is strong security with a two-factor authentication. So friends, this was a brief introduction to the FortiGate web interface, security policies, and VPNs, user authentications. But we have many important topics, system and security fabric, log report, we will cover in next video. If you found this video useful, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Click the bell icon for new updates. Thank you for watching.